Despite the good news, YW, this is why you need Discord. We've been talking about this for the last hour now. And everybody was selling it in the 170s. Why? Because we knew, right? Buy the hype, sell the news. Buy the hype, the news comes out, it's good news, you sell on the way up, right? Because people have been waiting for this news, so they're going to be selling it. So the news is not important, it's the price action. Good morning, Dave. Good morning, Rita. Kenneth, good morning. Ayo. Sean, good morning. Jericho, good morning. Lizzie, good morning. Hey, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yeah, it looks like we're hitting a bit of a double top here on this one here. REPL. Bit of a double top there. And then BGLC, kind of the same thing. 880 resistance. IXHL, I'm sure we're going to be talking about this as the day goes on. As long as you stay above that 200 EMA, I'm okay with it for now. So the magic white line at the bottom. SPY. We're going to look at SPY so much today, you're going to get tired of it. So. Tired of it. SGD is actually done quite well. Quite well. Continuation from yesterday, right? Obviously, this was our favorite stock yesterday, so continued. 40% gap up, which is pretty beautiful. And then there are a whole bunch of random names that we'll take a look at. I'm sure. A whole bunch of random names we will be looking at, I'm sure. There you go. To exit later, that would be a rocket, but could be a $1.10. Yeah. Let's see what happens at the open for that name. This 880 level was from last time for BGLC, right? So that thing needs to break above that if it wants to cook. Let's go, Elisa. Thank you very much. Yeah, smash a like. I think so too, Winterfell. I think so too. So, buy the hype, sell the news. Buy the hype, sell the news. There we go. August 29. Amazing. Misty dividend 124. 124. Is that what you were expecting, Yogi? Are you happy with that? Yeah, I think that's pretty nice. Especially when you're getting two. You're expecting around $1? Yeah. Same. So there we go. BGLC, guys. There we go. That candle still needs to close above 880. Needs to close above $8.80. Yeah, this one's definitely been one of the the best performing stock in pre-market for now. The best performing stock. BGLC. And then REPL. Also need to mute my Discord. See what happens when I start the stream earlier? Then I have stuff I'm kidding. There we go. Jeffrey, good morning. Hello. What's my take on Loop? In calls in equity. So 153, 152. Okay, I'll take a look. I will take a look. Ski. James, welcome to the community. Welcome. Yeah. Welcome. James, you signed up for the wrong level, so just go back to the same link and upgrade to Legend already, and you should be good to go. So Loop. Let's take a look. Loop Industries. Yee. You can already tell, Kenneth, what I'm gonna say, right? Can you tell? You already know what I'm gonna say, right? You already know what I'm gonna say, right? You know? Yeah. Sometimes when I pull up these charts, you guys are like, "Oh, here we go again," right? Um, yeah, don't like it. You do have a bit more room to the upside, and maybe that thing just gains a bit of momentum and then pushes. Uh, but I'm not a fan of buying, getting into positions when you're this close to resistance. I mean, like, look at that thing, right? There's a huge wall here. Every time we test that level, we seem to fail around $1.70, $1.75. So that's what I'm saying, right? You do have a little bit of room on to the way up. August 25th. If there's a catalyst here, cool. If there's not, you have a problem, right? Because this level has been an issue. You can go back to like the end of 2024, right? Mid 2024 till the end, and this level has been a problem. So just be careful, especially since you're holding commons and options. I'm not sure why you took you know two positions in the same direction, Kenneth. Add resistance. You need a slap, is what you need. I'm just kidding. But yeah, hopefully, the low from yesterday was 153 and we're sitting at 153. We might be at a psychological level at 150 where like we can easily pop off that 150 level. So hopefully we do. Alrighty. Hopefully we do. So 150, maybe a nice base and a pop. That'd be good. But the entry definitely was a little bit sus. You're not that red anyways, right? So you should be okay. You're in at 152, right? So not that big of a deal. So just keep your stop losses tight. If there is a catalyst here that I'm unaware of, then okay, you can maybe rely on that catalyst. For now, just from a technical point of view, you want to be careful. Ahmad, good morning. Salad, good morning. Sunny. Good morning. Robs, how are you, Robs? Good morning. So again, looking at some of these names, we're going to be looking at into the open. REPL hit a double top, so $777 there is the double top. Just a reminder, we talked about this one last week, right? Was it last week? Whenever this was, right? We said, hey, these guys, we talked about this on stream specifically, right? They just got rejected by the FDA, but they have enough cash on hand that they should be worth $8, right? This was last week. We were talking about REPL, right? And here it is today, right? Hitting $7 and double and failing. So that thing doubled from last week. So that was quite nice. Congratulations if you stayed in this thing. Floyd, good morning. Tokel, good morning. Raven, good morning. Hello, Kobe. Good morning. Prince, good morning. Hello. Wednesday. Today is Fed Day, guys. Fed Day. We're gonna be on stream and then we're gonna get up the stream and then we're gonna come back. Alrighty. So we will focus on the momentum stocks in the morning and then come back for the Fed closer to 2 p.m. Eastern. Deal? So today's one of those days, you know, one of the longer days. We do have earnings at some point today too. Right, so Tesla reports. Lord have mercy. Anyways, is this the right calendar? I think this is the calendar. No, this is the wrong calendar. I never uploaded the other one. Yeah. Let me scroll back to the bottom of the list here. So yeah, we have Meta, Microsoft, Robinhood, CVNA, ARM, Ford. So the few big names on the list, just a few, you know. Um, I'll repost that link or the calendar in Discord. So this is today. Today's earnings. For those of you that are interested in playing with, yeah, that's last week. Thank you. So yeah, double top fail for now, guys, on REPL. The level I'd be looking for if I was interested in this, if we don't pop at the open in 10 minutes, maybe closer to 620 already. So double bottom demands on 200 EMA. Alrighty, so that's the level I'd be looking at there. IXHL is still doing a pretty good job of holding that demand zone and the 200 EMA, which is good. You can kind of see though that we have a little bit of resistance at the VWAP, 136. So we do need to break above that level, right? Again, whenever a name is overhyped like this stock was 20 cents, right? So from 20 cents to $1 into the dollar range, buy the hype, sell the news. Unless it's phase 3 data, unless it's data that is potentially leading them to something else, they're still in that on that pipeline phase, if that makes any sense. Alrighty, so buy the hype, sell the news. Hopefully they don't drop another offering for the new drug. Anyway, so for now, yeah, just make sure we stay above the 200 EMA if you're in a position. But every time a stock is hyped, just know that it's buy the hype and sell the news, especially if it's running from 20 cents to $1, right? The news is getting priced in. So don't just sit there and pray. Can you believe does this every single day? Please hit the like at least. Let's go, Yogi. Let's go. For the love of stonks and community and gains, you know? So yeah, what more could we ask for? Amazing people, cooking stonks, right? Let's keep cooking, please. Yeah, don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already. I would really appreciate that. Take a second, smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new, and if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat. You do, Genera sounds good. But they only have 5 to 6 days from Nasdaq compliance. They might want to before they exercise more of the shelf. Yeah, Winterfell. Hopefully they do the right thing. Hopefully they do the right thing. My question for you, Chris, is why are you looking at yesterday's play? Is it holding up? Better be holding up, so it's not, one of those that doesn't have any volume. I'll take a look. Let's go, Kenneth. I like it a lot. I like it. Actually, yes, correct. We do have 3 IPOs today. Not that they all count or that we're interested in all of them. So this is the IPO list, the calendar for the day. Um, Sometimes you wonder, Winterfell, like, what are these companies thinking? It's like, okay, it's pretty simple. Like, just don't screw it up, right? Somehow they do though. Hopefully not these guys. Hopefully not these guys. What the hell is that? Anyways, cool. So the first one is Bank of America Securities. 4 million shares, $24 price target is always a little bit, more than I'd like to see. And then the next one's is a SPAC. Alrighty, so this one doesn't really count. Alrighty. Not sure what they do, but I could care less. So that doesn't really matter. Ayo, Dan. Ayo, ayo. Okay, today's the 30th, so there's one more day. I thought it was the end of the month for some merch. And then the last one is a $4 IPO, which looks a little bit more appealing. Why Matt is priced for today. Yeah, so Grun, yeah. So these guys are priced for today. $5 million IPO. Maxim Group is a common underwriter. So let's see how well this one performs. Um, I wonder if this is a China stock. Anyways, we'll look at this at some point today. Alrighty, but these are the IPOs for today. So, yeah, and there's only one $4 IPO. So, yes, please. Wash sale need to be aware when it comes to a tax time next year. Finn, no, that's a good question. That's usually one of those things where we cover on in like a class. Also, there's a little document though that is so if you go to Discord on the stock terms, that wash sale rule was posted in there. So you just have to scroll back a little bit. So we have posted that already. Like, what is wash sale? What is this? Blah blah blah. Right. So that's been posted already. A little bit of slowness going into the open, isn't it? Right. SPY is gonna go sideways today, both ways most likely. To 30 from 32. Okay, we'll see what it actually IPOs at tomorrow. Alrighty, we have 5 minutes to go, guys. What's your favorite stock going into the open? What is your favorite stock going into the open? Hmm. Oh, thank you, Dr. Rob. So, a Taiwan-based company, primarily solutions in two segments: research, manufacturing. Research is engaged in the development of new synth formulations and production of various products, systems, blah blah blah. You know what that sounds like, Dr. Rob? Like rubbish. But that's okay though. That's okay. I think when we look into these companies, for the most part, I think we're looking for things that stand out, right? Like exciting things. In this case, it doesn't really have that, but it doesn't mean that the stock isn't going to perform. I think yeah. But Amy, BGLC, and then REPL sounds good. IXHL, SGD, okay, yeah. OP and Tygo, yeah. OP and Tygo are on this screen here. So OP is kind of playing with the 200 EMA, and then Tygo is holding that demand zone, testing the 200 EMA on the way up. So 172 is your resistance here for TYGO. So that thing needs to break out and hold above that. Again, we're pretty dang close to the open though, so I'm sure we're going to be letting some of these names sell off, consolidate, and then we can decide which of them actually looks good. Yeah, alrighty. Good morning, Chris. Hello. So many Chris's. Yeah. BGLC is really trying to hold that view up at 760. So let's see if we can. Which should be the zone to get into at Tokel? For SGD. Well, your supply zone is right here, right? So that's your resistance. $1.85 ish. I'm sure that zone's going to be flexible because that supply zone is big, 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 right? And then you have a double bottom here at 165, 166. Alrighty, so that's the level I'd be looking for, right? So again, so if we can come back and retest and it's actually consolidating, that might not be a bad spot. The only downside is you're playing below the 200 EMA here, which I don't quite like. Um, so I'd be looking for something like that. When it comes to stop losses, if a stock has support at that level and it's breaking below that, you probably should be getting rid of it. Alrighty. Probably should be getting rid of it, especially if we haven't been below this level since pre-market opened. Um, so so when it comes to stop losses, you're either going below the support or you have a rule, a 5% rule, an 8% rule, right? But you want to have somewhat of a rule. So you're not just, and it's slowly dipping to that 165. Right? Hopefully that answers your question. Oh yeah, Dan. Tony, good morning. Marty, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Lee. Um, Mayhem, good morning. Shaftman, good morning. I'm sure I missed a whole bunch of you, but yeah. Good morning, everybody. We have less than a minute to go. And then the chaos begins. The chaos begins. Yeah, IXHL has done an okay job holding that demand zone. So hopefully it stays above. K-Tal, good morning. Hello, Jason, good morning. D, good morning. Good morning, Sam. Golfer, good morning. And we're live. We are live. So top three names for now: BGLC, REPL, and then as much as IXHL has done some weird things this morning, I think it's still one of those names to keep an eye on. Ready? Yeah. So we'll see if we can stay above that 200 EMA, and then obviously here comes a retest for SGD we just talked about, right? So 165 and then immediately bouncing off 165. So that's a good thing if it can stay above that level, right? So Kel, so stay above, and there goes 172, 173. So that's an aggressive bounce, but again, that level was somewhat of an expected level, right? So, oof. That thing said, the only downside to names bouncing off the bottom like this, that's a pretty sweet bounce, isn't it? So, Cal, did you take a position? Were you able to catch it? The only downside to this is the market just opened, right? So you would almost expect it to play games around that same spot. Alrighty. La, 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 la. There we go, 180 SGD here. That's a pretty sweet pop, right? And then you have that supply zone up there, closer to 185, right? There it goes, 187. That thing said, hello, excuse me, sir. Can I have some more? Whew. That's a pretty sweet pump, SGD. Maybe there's a reason why this stock was our favorite yesterday, huh? There was a reason. Did anybody catch the dip on this one, Yogi? Anybody? There goes 193. So again, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes, right? So triple bottom, test at the open, and boom, skis. So a pretty nice pop. We're just flying through that supply zone. You can see that there's a lot more resistance though from 195 to $2. So just be careful. Alrighty. REPL is still dipping. So we talked about this thing potentially dipping to the bottom of this range, because if you look to the left hand side, you can see, right. So you want to see that thing kind of consolidate around the 200 EMA. Alrighty. If it doesn't, then you have a problem. BGLC is still dipping as well. So these charts all kind of look the same, huh? Right. There's a pre-market level, there's a demand zone, there's a 200 EMA. So this one's slowly dipping to that zone, BGLC. IXHL is still playing games, but it's the exact same thing, right? There's a demand zone, there's the 200 EMA, right? So all the same. The only one that's flying right now from that level is SGD. So that looks very nice. You're in at 184. Okay, see up 10 cents there. Just be aware though that you do have a little bit of resistance here. So if it can break out, amazing. At some point, we're gonna have to come back and for a retest and speak of the devil. That thing said, excuse me, did you say dipskis? Let me show you some dipskis. Yeah, so again, lots and lots of resistance up here. Alrighty, so just be careful. And there goes the dip. Oh my goodness, that's a nasty dip, right? So at the open, you want to be very, 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 very careful. Very, very careful. So Yeah. Alrighty. So watch that same bottom again if we can consolidate. If not, we have a problem. No signs of consolidation yet for REPL. BGLC is holding that level, so that's a good thing. So test, 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 and hold. What's the S&P doing here? So SPY doesn't seem to be doing very much. Doesn't seem to be doing very much. That was a nice dip at the open, actually. It's a nice dip there, Dan. OP, yeah, OP with a nice bounce up 18 cents, and then 1960 resistance, 1960 to 20 cents. It's a lot, yeah. So it's on the left hand side there. Dip, dip, dip over. Here we go, BGLC. I think if something was gonna cook, maybe BGLC would be the cooker. SGD is still bouncing off that same bottom, so that's a good thing. Price action like this is pretty stupid, isn't it? Right? When you see stuff like this, it's pretty annoying. It would be so much better if that thing would pop and then dip and then give you a higher low, not erase the entire move in one candle. This is why those stop losses are really important. So make sure you use those damn things. Kenneth, you're green on your loop position, by the way. So good job. So stay above 150, please. Anyways, BGC is slowly creeping up here, right? Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Okay. $8.44. Loop is actually popping there, Kenneth, isn't it? Yeah. 160, yeah, 161. Look at that. So as long as 150 holds, should be okay. IXHL, guys, that's that thing said no thanks, guys. No thanks. Maybe we really want to go back and retest that dollar zone. Right? Again, buy the hype and sell the news. Like it's a real thing. Yeah, we are halted up. So BGLC is halted up. Halted up. I almost wasn't expecting that thing to halt up just because my candles looked a little bit compressed. Has not looked bad for la 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 la. Yeah, there we go. 110 Winterfell. Okay. Yep. I think you're gonna get bounces off that off. As the closer you get to a dollar, you're gonna get more bounces. So REPL still dipping, right? No signs of consolidation yet. No signs of consolidation, and then we're retesting the bottom again. Like I said, I don't quite like the price action on SGD. It's nice that it bounced off the bottom, right? But I don't like when we're getting these massive green candles and then erasing the entire move in one candle. But it's still holding $1.65. So if you're in a position and it's holding, then okay. If you're not, you should have sold at the top already. So BGLC, let's see what happens with the on hold. Lows are right at the open. Different story. I agree, Yogi. I agree. Again, it tested the bottom, but when it's not really consolidating, like nice small candles to give you that confidence, it's always a little bit scary. Especially when it's one of the top gainers. The struggle to get to $2 is heart wrenching. I know, Jay. I know, right? But we also talked about again, buy the hype and sell the news. Buy the hype, sell the news. Chester, good morning. And this stock was 20 cents, right? A few weeks ago, 20 cents. 20 cents to $1.75, right? I'm looking at a different stock, this one, right? From 20 cents to $1.75 this morning. Right? That's a pretty good move for the news that they dropped. Alrighty. Wingstop going so high. Why is Wingstop? I have no idea. I have no idea. OP is still looking really good here. I'd like to see a higher low on this one though. and SGD is still holding the bottom of that range, guys. Right. So I think one of these candles, dropped below, but the candle's closing in that range still, which is really all that matters. Alrighty, and then BGLC is still halted up. Yeah, no, this one's definitely been the one today. Especially in pre-market. So nice little boom ski there, right? Dip, consolidate, more boom skis. So let's see if we can retest at $8.80. This has been the big, the biggest level for this one, 880. So if it can break and stay above it, and then it's ready for 9 and beyond. Earnings right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There you go. Ben, they have earnings. The earnings. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Come on, BGLC, give us the on halt. We're tired of waiting. Loop is actually bouncing really nicely here for you, Kenneth. Very, very nice. There you go. I mean, the volume isn't amazing. Like, it's 21,000 shares, right? It's almost like there's one person that likes you that was watching the stream, and they're like, you know what? That guy, Kenneth, he's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. That's it. 20,000 shares. um, but hopefully some, more buying pressure comes in for you. There goes the on hold, guys, for BGLC. The on hold, these first halt candles or on hold candles are usually a little bit sus. So you almost have to give it a few seconds, to kind of see where it stabilizes at. So just kind of playing around with $8 for now. We shall see. Yes, you are. 8:30. So slowly recovering that drop on the hot candle. OP is breaking 20 cents, by the way, if you're watching in it. Feel like we're still waiting for that name. Hopefully today isn't like this with the Fed meeting, though. Hopefully it's not this crazy up and down on all of these names. Again, we have been open for just over 11 minutes now, so no need to rush yet. V wave is halted up. V wave is halted up. V wave. Nice little pump. Okay. Again, BGLC is probably still the name, right? And there it goes. There we go. 880. So we were having a hard time with this level early this morning, right? So let's see if this candle can close above it and then push for 9. Push for the $9. Thank you, Winterfell. There you go. So that level seems like it's still a problem. That almost looks like a head and shoulder, doesn't it? So we can close above that level, and then I think we're ready for more. REPL just hasn't given us anything, right? There's nothing here to see and say, oh, you know what? Like, this is a good spot, right? So I think we were hoping for a little bit of consolidation up there, but it just never happened. So now you're looking for this demand zone here, closer to 570. Alrighty. So let's see if it can hold that. SPY is just in between ranges, and we're most likely going to be like this till we get closer to the Fed time. SGD broke down. So that price action was a little bit scammy. Hopefully, if you were in this, you took your gains, right? Take your monies and run. OP is looking really, really good. Just pushing OP. That was a really good spot off the bottom there. 18 cents. And then obviously we're still failing to close above 880 for BGLC. So we need to break and hold and then pump. And then pump. Uh, 220. I hope it does. Hope it does. Obviously, you have a lot of resistance up here around $1.75, right? Remember that level? So 170, 175, 180. So that 10-cent range. Just be aware of that. Can we get something to actually break out and go? ANPA is also halted up now. Resistance. Let us cook, Chris. Let us cook. Please and thank you. SBET is back to $21. Or pushing towards $21. Hmm. And it looks like we failed at 80 for now, and then we're back to 780, right? So, but honestly, again, that shouldn't be a surprise. You should not be getting into a position there, anyways. Okay, yeah. So they're basically calling for the rates to stay the same, which we know that's going to be the case. Um, the only question now is, what does the Fed think we do going into the rest of the year, right? The last time we had a meeting, the expectation was that they were going to cut twice in 2025. So do they take that off the table? Do they sound positive? Are they gonna, still do the two cuts, right? Yeah. Bank of Canada. You know what, Dan? Don't call it that because it's not important. uh, let's go. Uh, V wave is on halted, and I mean it's not nothing massive, right? It's 12%, but at least it's green. XBP with a nice pop there. Let's go. 12%. I still like BGLC the most, as long as we don't break the lows. If we break the lows, then obviously this is out of the question, right? So V wave is at 16% now, though. That thing's like, are you saying 12% isn't good enough? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Not good enough. So you can run. What did you get into? Spies retesting the top of the range here, which is good. There was so much panicking yesterday because the markets dipped, right? So much. Let me pull up XBP, and yet the S&P is still at 636. Right, so I don't quite understand that. And XBP is halted up right below resistance, 150 resistance. So we're dipping to retest the same bottom here for BGLC. Let's see if we stay above it. Good morning, Laura. Hello. See, we talk about SPY and then Laura shows up. Is it a coincidence? I think not. She was summoned. Yeah, so we might just be going sideways, today, until we get the the Fed's decision. IXHL is still doing a good job of holding a dollar, right? So as long as we stay above a dollar, there's a chance here. And V Wave is pushing for 20% now. No, yeah, Yogi, yeah, I don't really, yeah, like nothing looks amazing, right? I think it's because we have the Fed today. It's usually like this. There's a lot of sideways price action, but still, like, it's very, very slow. So try not to force anything, guys. We might just need to get through the Fed day and then, cook tomorrow. We have some really good earnings tomorrow, and the FIG IPO is tomorrow. And we're going into August, right? August is usually one of those months, So maybe it's vacation time, right? But yeah, so BGLC is creating a bit of a higher low here at the VWAP. We're popping up that demand zone, which we kind of mentioned earlier for REPL, right? So demand zone, this might have been a good one, Yogi, right? So a few candles holding that double bottom, then a bit of a pop. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, so that 570 is holding for now for REPL. Right, so let's see if we can stay above that. Let's see if we can stay above that. I think I see. Yeah. Yeah, that's what you're asking for, Godspeed. That 570 level. Yeah, that was the level. V wave is still stalling right below 950. BGLC, I don't think this thing knows what it wants to do yet, but it is holding that VWAP, so that's a good thing. And SPY is dropping all the way to the abyss again. Dropping to the bottom of the range again. I wonder if we just continue selling off now, I wonder. Sell off into the Fed meeting? Not sure. We'll see. And I just said he was retiring. I mean, honestly, Kenneth, if I was him, I might just do that. But I think there's some implications, you know, with him retiring early, maybe, right? So I'm sure there's some benefits to completing your job. I'm sure there's some benefits. BGLC is still doing a really good job of holding that VWAP, so let's hope we can stay above that. Let's go, Jameson. 300%. See? Cooking, Jameson. Cooking. Just get rid of the rubbish. Yeah. And ABAT, I like it a lot. Well done. Cooking. There we go. We're back to $8, guys, for BGLC. So the price action isn't bad on this one, right? This is kind of what we're usually looking for, right? Pop, dip, higher lows. The only downside is we have that stupid supply zone at the top. So we're going to need to clear that at some point. Yeah, good. And is now loving the disrespect. Yeah. Yep. I think what's difficult too, though, with the Fed is um, obviously the Fed is independent for a reason, right? So the Fed is supposed to cut rates when things are looking, like that's kind of their saving grace, right? Like things are kind of looking sus. Let's go cut these rates, right? Um, so that's not quite the case now, is it? Right? So Trump wants to cut rates because he wants to bring some money. People like refinancing homes, businesses, borrowing money, money coming into the states, right? Stuff like that, right? So I think that's what he's looking for. That's not what the Fed is looking at, though, right? The Fed is looking at the chaos that Trump is causing, and also the fact that the economy is okay, right? They're like, okay, why are we? You know what I mean? So they're just looking at two different things. What to do? Do it. Just cut it. Everybody should be happy. Dan, I'm sure there's some politics in there too. Uh, Powell doesn't seem like a political guy, but I'm sure there's some politics in there. I think the only reason we say that is because the only time we really get to hear from Powell is when he's giving, Fed remarks, which has nothing to do with politics for the most part. So we don't really know the guy, right? I hope I wasn't unclear. No, you're really, really clear. Mm, funny, 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 funny. Mm, mm, V-Wave is looking really good, right? So is XBP. So this one's on halted and pushing for that supply zone. Watch $1.80 already, and 24%. We were kind of laughing at this thing being up 12%. Well, here it is at 24% now, 25, 26. So these two are looking really good. Maybe it's just the screen that they're on. They're both flying. The waves making waves. Just before the election, Bob, that was a different time though. Um, Good morning, Cal. Yeah, it is. See, I don't like when those dudes do things like that, because yeah. Anyways, um, they had news. Let's see if we can stay above the previous bottom here. Because usually what happens, Cal, when people like that, start pumping it, is the shorts are like, oh, what's this? Let's go take a look. But for now, again, let's see if we can stay above that previous bottom. um, so that's why I don't like dudes like that. We just did already. So a dollar 75, $1.80, Brian, resistance for XBP. Yeah, that's why stuff like that is said to be deleted in Discord. So don't post no moon rubbish in Discord. All of that rubbish. Don't want it. Don't care for it. I'm sure the people aren't posting our stuff. So yeah, because it just creates pump and dumps. They pump it, they're probably in already, and then you FOMO and then bridge. So if something looks good, we're gonna know. We don't need anybody else, right? So here goes brand new highs for XBP. No, exactly, Kel, exactly. No, I agree. Being caught up, yeah, exactly. I agree. $1.80. So you can kind of see how we're struggling with that supply zone here for XBP. Brian, are you in a position? So BGLC again, really hoping that that thing can stay above 7. Just stay above that 200 EMA, that demand zone. Then created to keep us, yeah. Honestly, DP on, like, I would not be surprised, right? That thing was 45 times oversubscribed. It's very similar to Circle, isn't it? Right, in the 30s and then open in the 60s. Right, so if you could get into that pre-IPO, which it's going to be really hard to get into, if you could get in, then that's amazing. That's amazing, amazing, amazing. Because that's kind of your only hope at this point, to get in at a decent price. Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? So, but we'll be here, we'll be watching, and we shall see. Ready? We will be here. Hmm. Why do I get the vibe, Dan, that the markets are gonna pump today? Why do I get the vibe that we want to send it? Looks like XBP is breaking out here above 180. The IPO for the day, YMAT and AMBQ. So two IPOs. The one that's cheaper is this one here, YMAT, J Star. And then the $24 IPO is AMBQ. Dan, uh huh. What happens if we pump? What happens then? Yeah. I don't know why this dude's calling me now. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna ignore him. The dude, the project manager, I tried calling him last night because they're like, oh, we want to replace the whole floor, right? Then we're like, why? There's only one area that was wet. They're like, oh, because we can't find a color to match. Like, okay. um, and they're like, oh, the insurance is paying for it anyway, so might as well. But it's not that simple, is it? Right? I think they're just doing some things just to get paid because the insurance might cover it, right? So they're just doing an estimate. So then I call him last night. I'm like, hey, he's like, no, it's after hours. He's being sassy, and now he's calling me back. Anyways, they'll figure it out. Leave me alone. No, 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 no. 3360 is what they're saying now. Yeah. 15? You got 15 shares? Oh, wow. Okay. That's amazing. Because you might just double that. You might just double that. Okay. Anyways, back to these two names are looking really good. V Wave above $10. And then XBP is breaking $2. IXHL, guys, has been a disaster, right? Only if you like the diamond hand. This thing to me played out as it should. I think it played out perfectly. Why? Because the news was actually good, so you could sell on the way up. Seriously, Dan, ridiculous, huh? Um, so to me, this would have been really scammy if people were holding this, because I bet you a lot of people were holding this, and the news was horrible. But no, the news was really good, right? You just had to be aware that it's always buy the hype and sell the news, and then the news came out and boom skis. So you had time to sell all the way up right below $2 there, right before it crashed back to $1. So for now, you're just kind of hoping that it can find a base around $1 here. Alrighty, so we're retesting. Hope it can stay above. But to me, that thing kind of played out as it should have. Should have. Yeah. V Wave is hitting 1040 now. V Wave. Ravens, Jeff. Okay, sounds good. Yeah. Waiting for that next shout out, Raven. Yeah, that was a really good run then. V Wave. There it goes. 1060. Yeah, it's almost like the only stocks that are doing well are the two stocks we put on this chap, Well, look at that, right? XBP is sitting at 220 now. So it's the law of attraction. Back to the land, and we'll have more time. Okay, sounds good, Raven. Sounds good. Jeff is waiting. He's waiting. Brian, are you still in your position, or you took your gains already? That was a really good shout out. Well done. What's the S&P doing here? Are we just playing games now? Kind of feels like it, huh? Kind of feels like we're just going back and forth here. Not sure what's gonna happen. We shall see, though. And have you played with the markets at all yet, or just kind of watching for now? kind of watching. All over the place. It's below $1 now. Yeah. Today, that sounds amazing. Engulfing, my goodness. Raven, I like it. BGC is still playing with that 200 and that $7 level, so it's kind of holding. Right, Kel, that do I need? We need some more videos, Dr. Rob. We need some more videos. 940 support. I'm not sure where you're getting that. I can kind of see where you're getting that number from because the you have like a conversion there. The VWAP, the 20, the kernel. Not sure I trust that level yet though. Not sure I trust that level yet. What's going on, Anthony? The news came out, right? So buy the hype, sell the news. You know what's crazy, guys, is how the market makers have conditioned people to think that every time a stock drops news, it's supposed to be flying, right? Isn't that crazy? That's crazy, isn't it? Right? Every time like we pump and then the stock crashes, everybody's like, "Wait, what's happening? What's happening?" That's like um, yeah, so they had news, but the stock had already priced in the news, right? 20 cents to almost $2, right? That's a pretty big run for any stock with any news. So then people are just selling it, right? Um, people will be buying stocks with expectation that okay, this is coming, this is coming, this is coming. When that thing does come though, the stock usually sells off. Um, and before the news, yep, run, yep, exactly. Yep, yep, yep. Yup, yup, yup. So you want to be very careful. Yeah. What's VWave doing here? Holding that VWAP and the kernel? Yeah, holding for now. Holding for now. Hmm. Yep. So if we can keep consolidating in and around $1, maybe it's just gonna find a base there and then push back up IXHL, right? I think that's kind of your last hope there, though. What a slow morning, my goodness. I mean, there are scalps, right? But another stock called Mogo, Brian. Okay. Sub, not quite yet. 232 was the previous high. It's going for it though. There we go. And we hit 230 and then backed off. 230 and then backed off. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Let's see. Okay. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, there you go. Perfect. Ayo Dutang, Crypto Surfer. Hello, hello. Joseph, what did you play with? Spy? You should be able to now, Jay. I wasn't muted. 92 cents yesterday, out at 140 today, while let's moving a drain line. Misty, Coney, taking profits, looking for the next one. Jeff, give me a high five. Well done. No one can do it like you do, you know? No one can do it like you do. No one. Yeah. Oh, Hecla mining. Nice. Very nice. There we go. What's Spy doing here? Yeah, this thing's very confused. Took a nice little scalpy there then. IXHL is still holding $1, so that's good. Why does this dude keep calling me? You know what? Let me just pick up. Hello?
Hi, it's David from CCL. How are you doing?
I'm Anyone can do it. Just have to listen to Jeff. No, I know. I get that. I'm just saying, you know, the way you do it is pretty nice. Yeah. Pretty nice, Jeff. We need something to cook. We need something to cook. Yeah, it looks like we're just going back and forth for now on the there we go. Rob, yes, I will. Of course. Some people are just annoying though. Yeah. Hopefully. Hmm. You're up 60%. Sick money. Yeah. Good. 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 Well done. Well done. You do have a little bit of resistance here at 635. If you can break that, then might as well go back and test the opening range, right? So 635, which looks like it's popping above now, right? And then the high of the day was 657. So might as well go up there. Well done. Well done, well done. Again, we were talking about this thing at $3, right? Below $3. Now it's over $6. So very nice. Very, very nice. And then that 570 level was quite nice actually. SUPX. SUPX. Those guys actually had a PR. SUPX. Bit of an expensive stock though, isn't it? Bit of an expensive stock. $770. Okay. I mean, we were talking about $8 because that's how much cash they had in the bank, right? From $3 to $8. So that's what we were looking at. $3 to $8. Yeah, it looks like for now we're failing at the opening price. Winterfell, yeah, I think it's doing that because part of Bull's price action is dependent on the entire market. I think the market's kind of confused with the Fed coming up, so I think that's why we're going back and forth because the whole market's going back and forth, and another pop from the bottom here. Not bad. I wonder if we just stay in the same range. Up and down and up and down. Yeah, BGLC has been disappointing, huh? Right? Not a whole lot. The only thing that looked good was that market opening dip to that double bottom and then pop to resistance. Other than that, it's been really weak. Really, really weak. Really, really weak. Mm. 37.10 per van. I'm not quite sure what you're asking because those are three different like levels. 36 to 35 to 30. So you needed to go up then is what you're saying? It's trying to, Kenneth. Trying. For the wave, your main resistance for now is 1070, Jeffrey. Alrighty. And then your support honestly is anywhere from where it decides to consolidate at, from 9 to that 940 level that was mentioned earlier. So for now though, you're closer to resistance than you are to support anyways. Right? So that double top at 1070 there. Yeah. Here it goes though, 1050, 1060, 1065. Testing that 1070. 64, 67. Back down. There goes 1070, 1080. So brand new highs there for the waves. Are you in a position or you're just looking for 1090? You're just looking? Okay. But the chart looks strange. The way the candles are isn't like most. PII, P triple I. Let me take a look. P3. Why does the chart look strange? I bet you the reason why you're saying strange is because it doesn't have volume, righty? So there usually isn't very much volume here, and they've done a split recently. So look at that. On average, it's 6,000 shares, right? Today it's 11,000 shares, but that's nothing, right? Nothing at all compared to like a regular stock we'd be looking at, right? Like for example, look at IXHL, 171 million, right? So then the price action can actually be normal. Um, Oleg, you're looking for position there, okay? Yeah, it's still dipping, still dipping. Hmm. How it looks in Discord? Okay, sounds good. Yeah, post that in. Oh, you're most likely using different candles. Um, yeah. So two problems, right? It doesn't have volume, which is the main problem, um, and you're using regular candles. So that's your issue. Alrighty. So here we go. REPL. So brand new highs of the day, not including pre-market. Um, yeah. There we go. 660. High can actually, yeah, DNA. Yeah, so switch to candles, but the main problem though is that it doesn't have very much volume. That's why the candles look like that. 660. Very nice recovery on this one, guys. Very, very nice. I like it a lot. Dang, Dan, I could have taken that same long from the same bottom again. Same long from the same bottom. That would have been nice. That would have been very, very nice. But now I wonder if we're gonna break out. Maybe. Dang it. Mm-mm-mm. There goes V wave, brand new highs of the day, 1111. That candle actually went all the way to 1150. 1150. Mm-hmm. See, then I had a feeling Spy wanted to do some scammy things like this, some scammy things like pump, right? Just because everybody was expecting the had a feeling. Mm, 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 mm. I think said, "Fly me to the moon." Cooking. We'll see. Question for you guys in the chat: what's your favorite name for now? What's your favorite stonk right now? I know we were looking at a whole bunch of stuff, but what's your favorite stonk for now? A BGLC? Okay. Yep. As long as we don't break down here. Yeah. As long as we don't break down there. DP. Are we gonna break out Spy, or are we just gonna play games? That thing said, I'm gonna thrust. I'm gonna thrust. Mm-mm. What are you gonna do, Spy? Things say, yeah, I want to thrust. Let me thrust. So let me thrust, please. Yep. Kind of not surprised the markets are popping like that. Kind of not surprised. It's a pretty nice candle on SPY there. These candles are wild. There we go. No news, Danny. No news. Alrighty. Yeah. Yeah. REPL. $7. You might just get that $8 today. Yeah, I might just get that $8 today. Let's go. Welcome to Legends, Pajamas. Welcome to $7, RJ. I like that a lot. Sick money, I like it a lot. Well done, congratulations. Just be aware though, this is the third time now we're testing this level, right? From early this morning. It would be nice if it can break out. So if you have to scale out and take some gains, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Alrighty, so we played with this level early this morning and it failed twice. So just be aware of that. Rejecting, yeah, I saw that. Pavan, yeah. So and there goes, it just got rejected again, right? REPL. So not a major surprise. So as soon as we get to $7, 705, there's some selling that comes in. So just be careful, please, with REPL there. Definitely not a buy, right? It's easy if you're in a position already because you can just kind of watch it or scale out a little bit or move your stop loss up, but definitely not a buy zone. Alrighty, not a buy zone. But the stock has been nice. Again, we called this thing at what, guys? Right. So even though it played games with us, right? We knew this thing had some potential from below $3, right? Below $3. Why? Because the company had a lot of cash on hand, a lot of cash worth $8. Right. So yeah, even if the FDA drug doesn't go through, they have so much cash that the stock is still worth more than $3. Right. So yeah, now it's fighting for 7. Too bad it played games. Pajamas, let me know if you need the link to join us in Discord, alrighty? And I'll send you one. Foolishly held and waited. What do you think of you know what's crazy, James, is we posted air before that big run, right? So upgrade your membership, James. Come join us in Discord. I'll take a look. What's your entry price? What's your entry price? Let me know. I'll take a look. Here we go. REPL. Here we go. I will, Jameson. I will, yeah. 716. So brand new highs of the day here for REPL. 552. I'll take a look. 719. Send it. Maybe that thing just really wants to go to that $8 level. Spy still popping there? No, yeah, it looks like we're hitting that double top. Interesting to see what happens there. Dan's either having breakfast or crushing the markets. What is it, Dan? Too busy? Upward. Okay. See, Winterfell, the markets bounce a little bit, and then Webull is like, I want to go too. And so Webull is a lot of that performance depends on what happens with the markets and or catalyst. So nice little bounce there. Nice little bounce. We're just kind of playing with the 7, 7, 10, 705 level for now on REPL. So the longer we hold, the better. The longer we hold, the better. The market said, excuse me. Let me thrust just a little bit. Did SPY pop there? Did we make brand new highs? Not quite yet. Not quite yet, but nice little pop though. Gap up to 13 on the daily. It's because they had that negative news that crashed the stock. Yeah, that gap should be there, Martin. They had some FDA news, so then the stock got slapped. What does the golden candle mean? It just means reversal, potential reversal in the direction that it's going in. Alrighty. Well, there goes that. There goes that. There goes the music dying. BGLC with the form 8K. Why are they dropping that now? Announced its press release that it has entered into a non-binding term sheet with. Yeah, that's old news though. Why are they dropping that again? Unless they've done some amendments on it, but it seems like the same. Ben, you're up 80. Okay. Why do I feel like you're trolling? Why do I feel like you're trolling? ABAT, Jameson. You're just looking for the EMAs. This is the daily, by the way, and that's a clear double top that it hit the other day, right? You do have a little bit of support at 230. So that'll be your first level. If that doesn't hold, it straight to $2. So yeah, for now it's holding, which is good. So I think for the most part that's what I'd be focused on. You're thinking about it? Yeah, just make sure you don't get any new lows though. So if that thing breaks below 620, I think you have a big problem. Ready? Does that count? Yes, it does, Raven. Yes, it does. XBP is halted down, by the way. So hopefully you took your 80 and ran. IXHL, yeah, they just slapped that thing, right? Slapped it. Hopefully this is a lesson though for you guys. I don't care who's pumping a stock. I don't care how hyped they are. I don't care. Doesn't matter if it's me. It doesn't matter who it is, right? You need to have a plan that's based on technicals, right? You just have to, because I bet you there are people out there that are still being like, oh, but everybody on Reddit is saying this stock is gonna go to the moon. They just had that news. Oh my goodness, it's gonna go, and they're holding bags, and the stock is just dropping, right? So, um, take gains on the way up, have stop losses on the way down. You can always make another decision later on, right? Like when this thing is at $1.70, $1.80, and you have a stop loss at $1.50, it hits. Well, guess what? We're back to 80 cents, right? You can always get back in if you need to, instead of sitting there and hoping, right? Because then you're just losing gains for no reason. Grun? Okay. That was a good run though, right? Hopefully your stop loss hit in the green, right? Because you should have been green, especially with a double top, right? With the double top at 230, 240, yeah, should be green on that position most likely. On IPOs today, sir, that's my plan. Yeah, well, there's really only one IPO that you might be able to do that on. So let's see how this thing does when it comes live, Alan. We're probably gonna hop off a little bit earlier today so I can get a one-on-one done, and then we're gonna come back, like right away for the Fed meeting. So today's chaos. IT, yeah, testing 1080 again, 1080 again, and the S&P is just stalling a little bit at the top, there. The REPL is definitely looking like the better name today, isn't it? Looking for that breakout. 720 break. Again, hopefully no one's red on IXHL. Hopefully, you know. Hopefully. SPY with another nice little pop here. Another nice little pop. I wonder if we're just going to keep pumping today till we get to the Fed meeting. I wonder. I wonder. And then Raven's gonna buy some puts, some puts, and kill the markets again like he usually does. I'm just looking at the list of alerts that are coming through here. What was that? Hmm. Okay. You did, Jameson? Okay. Your red Netsy. What's your entry price on that play? Joseph says best day for me today. $138 profits. I knew I'm doing this slowly, but it's but steady. This morning trades helped my confidence. Let's go, Joseph. Give me a high five. Well done. Yeah. Again, Jimbo, right? From 20 cents to $1.70, there shouldn't be any bag holders, right? Also, if you read the messages this morning in Discord, everybody's like, buy the hype, sell the news. All right. Everybody's like, I'm selling 175, 160, 150, right? So if you're holding a bag, there's a lot of greed there. Um, right? Buy the hype, sell the news. Everybody was saying that this morning in Discord. So, yeah. Yep. Another little breakout there. Another little breakout. Jimbo? No, that's good. No, I'm just saying, right? Like in general, like anybody, not you, just in general, 106, 106. That's not horrible, right, Netsy? Yeah, not horrible. Hopefully it comes back. Yep, exactly, Raven. Exactly. Um Go for it. It creates volatility. I think that's the best way to put it. Is it worth buying a coin at this point? 15% for a 5% gain. Coin? You're looking at Coinbase, Safi? Coinbase. Yeah, Recon is doing well then. Recon. Recon, Winterfell. What does that remind you of? Huh? Winterfell? Yeah. It looks like it just filled at 320. Yeah, I'll come back to this one. Let me look at Coinbase, Safi. You're wondering if it's worth getting into Coinbase here? Levels like these ones are always a little bit difficult because it's kind of sitting in no man's land here, but it's almost a retest. Yeah, so we had that bounce already. You're looking for closer to 370 is what I'd be looking for, Safi. Yeah. SoFi is like the next Palantir, isn't it? There's always a stock that's around $10, $7, that becomes the next retail gem. And this one was it, right? SoFi. SoFi and then Weibo, guys. SoFi, Weibo, Palantir, SoFi, Weibo. Is that the trend here? Don't mind, right? We don't mind. Yeah. We don't mind. And IXHL is slowly getting back to mid 90s. And we're still just stuck here for REPL. Stuck in the middle of the range. Okay. Spy looks like it wants to cause chaos. Spy's like, let me cause some chaos. Let me cause some chaos. SGD. Sheesh, that's nasty, isn't it? Quite the drop. I would wait for a break above $1.50. Or look for closer to $1.35 Aiden. Alrighty? And then you don't want it to break below $1.30 because if it does, it might just be done. Done. It looks like we just double topped 1150 for V wave here. 1150. Buy Coney instead. Dividends. Jericho, what do you think of Google? 94.50. Let's take a look. Google. So you're in already at 194.50, right, Jericho? Oh, okay. You're in already? Let me look at that 4-hour time frame as well. I think you're in already. Yeah, if you are, then that's really good. Then there's not a whole lot I need to tell you. Yeah, you got that 194 pullback, which was quite nice on the 4-hour time frame. Now you're just sitting at a double top here, right? And if you can break that double top, the only next target is 199. So right below that 200. Yeah, let me know, Jericho. Two. So if you're in a position, beautiful, right? Kind of watch it closely, depending on where you're at for your daily goal. If you're at your daily goal, consider taking it. Um, if you're not, just kind of watch for that breakout, because if we do breakout, then we're going back to the top there. Also, remember today is the Fed, right? So I would lean towards. I still think I get a weird feeling that today is going to be a cooking day, right? Like it's going to be nice. But we do have the Fed. So when you have gains and you're closer to your daily goal, you want to be locking in those gains. Because I know that's what you're looking for. You're not necessarily looking to swing these things anyways. So for now, it does look really good though, Jericho. Right, and you can see, like, if I zoom into a smaller time frame, you can see that it's starting to stall a little bit, right? But again, really good entry, and you're just hoping for the breakout now. Yep, they definitely slapped that thing. YMAT. So this is the J Star IPO, guys. $4 IPO. So you need it to stay above $4, right? Uh, okay. That's funny. So yeah, that $4 area needs to hold. There we go. And V-Wave is hitting brand new highs of the day here as well. The candle hasn't fully closed above 1150, but it's looking really good. If Bitcoin keeps going in that direction, probably. The only downside is MSTR isn't a copycat of Bitcoin, right? Like it's not like you're looking at a stock that moves if Bitcoin goes up, right? It does, but it really doesn't. Because those guys are doing they're raising a whole bunch of money. Every time they raise money, the stock is gonna feel that, right? And then drop. So regardless of where BTC's at, it's gonna do things. So do I think it's gonna hit 1,000 if Bitcoin keeps going in that direction? Probably. Let's go, Jericho. Yeah, see, 5x your daily goal taken. Yeah, 5 times your daily goal. 5x, right? So honestly, it's a double top, right? We have the Fed today, right? It's kind of stalling a little bit, right? At the double top. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking your monies and moving on. Jericho, 5x. Shish. Cook. I like it. Upside down pineapple. Yep. So breaking up, but not quite closing above 1150 for V Wave. REPL is still just stuck at $7 here for some reason. Just stuck. You know what's interesting? SPY's looking sus there, but NQ looks like it wants to break out PEW. But they're all at resistance though. And there goes the drop. There goes the drop. Crazy, huh? Crazy, crazy, crazy. So this is the IPO. You know what? It actually tapped $4 exactly and then popped back up. Right? So whenever you're playing with these IPOs, they need to stay above that $4 price. Right? If it doesn't hold, then it's garbage. For now, it's testing and holding. Are you still in a position, Pavan? Or you're just watching for now? Are you long or short, NQ? Long or short? Here we go. 439, 440. So this IPO just seems to be going back and forth for now. Oh, here we go. Brand new highs. 450. That $4 would have been sweet. Anybody pick it up at $4? Anybody? Why, Matt? I mean, speaking of which, like, look at that. We're back down already. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the spread is a little bit sus. That's the annoying thing with IPOs, though. Like, you're sitting at 450, but the bid is still at 420. So then you drop to 420. Let's go, Jericho. Let's go, Jericho. Thank you very much. I'm really happy though to see like your journey because that's amazing, Jericho. Like it really is amazing. You know, from like the first time we had a one-on-one like a conversation and like what you were looking for, I think you've accomplished those goals, right? Which is amazing. So congratulations. You should be very proud of the work you put in, right? So amazing. It's nice to see people go from like people make progress. So beautiful, beautiful. Very very happy. Very 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 happy. Love it. $4, Jay. Okay. Yeah, spy with a bit of a bouncy there. A bit of a bouncy there. I wonder if we're actually gonna break out or just keep playing games here. It does look like we're treading up though. Okay, that IPO is still in between, guys. Right, 450 to $4. So we're just going back and forth here for now, right? It's still okay though because we are holding $4. So we always keep paying attention to these IPOs as long as they hold the IPO price. Recon just made brand new highs then. And like I said, the only annoying thing with this IPO is the spread, right? Like right now, the ask is 440, the bid is 429, right? So it can move like both ways really quickly. So yeah, hopefully to break above 450 at some point. Yeah, Recon is looking okay. Looking okay. uh, mm, 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 mm. And Google is still failing at that resistance, right, Jericho. So yeah, you did the right thing. It's still a double top. It's still struggling. It might break out at some point, but with the information we have right now, which is all you usually have, the Fed might cut rates or say something nice, and we break out later. But we don't know that. So for now, stalling, and this one's still kind of stuck around $7. Still stuck. And there's a nice big block there. Not a massive wall, but there's a block at 440 there for YMAT. YMT. YMAT. I know, right, Dan? You guys saw that picture of like when Trump was speaking to Biden when not Trump speaking to Biden when Trump was speaking to Powell, dude looked defeated, like he just looked exhausted. Like he was tired of getting bullied, I wonder if that's what he's gonna look like today when he shows up for the Fed meeting. That dude looked like he was bullied. Ah, yeah. Anyways, we'll see what he looks like today. You need a coffee? Get a coffee. Today's gonna be a long day. Yeah. Dude's like, come on, I only have 6 months left. Just leave me alone. I'm waiting for retirement, my retirement package. Marco, your broker, your broker should have it or have an option to buy it. No, that's okay, Jericho. That's okay. Not being able to no, 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 no. Definitely another way to, yeah, no, for sure. And honestly, Jericho, I think conclusion is as long as it's working, as long as it's working, there's no need to change it. If it's working, you're making monies with it, you're hitting the daily goal, right? And you're happy, then that's okay. Um, you know, I think you're just looking for more of a way to protect yourself, which is okay, right? Which is okay. NQ is doing one of those things again, Dan, where like it's thrusting and yet nothing crazy is happening. One of those things, Dan. SPY sitting at resistance, NQ is thrusting. That's a lot of resistance up here, though. A lot of resistance up there, Dan. But we shall see. Lifting a few boats. Yep. Ice, are you connected? Are you good to go in Discord? You should be. Should be, I think. Okay. There's a lot of resistance there. And BGLC is slowly curling here. Slowly curling. Like I said again, that thing needs to stay above 620. Stay above 620. If not, then you might be packing your bags. DP, are you in closer to $6? Hopefully. 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 And a little bit of a retracement, then SPY. Test the bottoms. Jeff, are you scalping again? What did Elon do this time? I don't know. Don't know. I I don't know. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Doo-doo. What moving average is that actually? Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Let's see. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Hmm. 1 second, guys. I'm just looking at this list of stonks here. Doo-doo. This list of stonks. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo. Let's see. Let's see. Interesting. Okay. Yep. Yeah, that thing hit that major resistance, right? MAC, ST at the top there. So 1150 double tops right below the supply zone. So uh, not a huge surprise, right? Especially with the amount of candles that are stalling right below red zone like that, and then the yellow candle, right? Slap it. So resistance. Can you take a look at BMNR and let me know the resistance and support levels? Sure. I'll take a look at LIDAR here first. LIDR. LIDR. Jeff? Yeah. I think when I zoom out, you're going to see that it's not bad. Like it's coming off a low level, right? Obviously, that thing crashed from 650 all the way down to $3. Like it lost half of the gains, right? And so closer to $3 better for you. But that's the bigger time frame. That's the 4 hour time frame, right? When I zoom in down and I look at a small time frame, let me look at the 3 minute here, right? You can clearly see that we're actually sitting at resistance. So either you're waiting for that thing to dip back down closer to 320, closer to $3, right? Or since we've been failing here since pre-market, I'd rather wait for that thing to break out. Righty, so 355 seems to be the resistance for now, and then support obviously at the level that we talked about, right? So that IPO that we talked about, YMAT is still holding $4. It's gonna need to break 450, I feel, for the boom skis. The block at 440 is getting reduced a little bit, so that's a good thing, right? So it's getting reduced there. Me scalp sometimes. I know, criminal. So for now, again, is anybody in this IPO and ER tomorrow? Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why it's bouncing lidar. So lidar might actually be good off that $3 level. If they announce that the offering is closing tonight, I bet you get a pop. Right? Anybody holding this IPO or no? Okay, Aiden, sounds good. Yeah, it needs to break out, right? It needs to break above that 450. So with IPOs, when we like IPOs, you still want to get in close to $4. You're in at 420. Okay, yeah, those are not bad entries at all, right? Closer to $4, closer to $4, so you can have a stop loss right below with minimal, losses. You know, perfect. Lidar is breaking out there, by the way, Jeff. So that's looking good. I think GP is pumping it with that statement. Let me take a look at BMNR and then I'll come back to Lidar. BMNR. These guys are like they're becoming like the micro strategy of ETH, Micro strategy of ETH. So nice pump. You can see that resistance, right? So you're looking for 38 will be your main obstacle. So 38, you have that previous bottom there. So look to the left. right? 30-minute chart. Every day we kept bouncing up this level, right? And so now kind of messed up, but then you also have that 200 EMA in that same area. So 38 is going to be your next main resistance. And then in terms of support, you're looking for closer to 34. Ready? Hopefully that answers your question. Cool. Yeah, it would be nice to see this IPO breakout. There we go, 440. Every time it goes to 440, someone's selling at 440. Someone's selling at 440. You're in at 410, Mario. Very nice. Someone's like, you shall not pass. You shall not pass the 440 wall. And SPY with a nice little nasty drop candle there. A nice little nasty drop candle. So we're just gonna play games today. Let's go, Mr. IPO. Let's see. Let's go, Mr. IPO. Yeah, there's a nice little block there. Just waiting. Hmm. Three, 435. 435. There we go. 440 again. Mm, 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 mm. 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 Mm, mm, mm. You can do it. You can do it. There you go. New to trading, Jesse? Okay. Why is WeWave halted? Because it moved too quickly. A volatility halt is what it's called. It dropped too quickly. So whenever a stock moves up and down quickly, it gets halted. Work already? Dang. Dang. Yeah, SPY's doing some fishy things there, Raven. Some fishy things there. Okay, the bits are slowly creeping up above 440 now, which is good though. There we go, 444, 445. Come on, you can do it. It's like Mario gaming. This song is kind of fishy, isn't it? Yeah, lidar is actually popping there. So Jeff was onto it, Jeff, like a true criminal. Come on, 445, you can do it. 449. You can break out 450. So we're back to the top again for this IPO. That thing is just lacking the volume. Lacking the volume. There we go. Brand new highs, 455. See if that candle can actually close above the 457, 458, 460. Jeff, yes. 468. Let's see if the volume actually kicks in. Come on, you can do it. What's Spy doing now? Still playing the same. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that. My goodness. We came all the way back down to the bottom again. All the way back down. All the way back down to the bottom. Crazy, huh? Slap, slap, slap. Yep, it's gonna be like this. You could see that resistance up there. That thing was just stalling too much. Like the slap was coming. So we're just gonna play games for the most part today until we get to the Fed, and then the real chaos starts. The current low is 10 cents away, so that's not that far away. And here it comes, brand new lows of the day for oof. Oh my days! That thing said, "Excuse me, excuse me." Craziness. There you go. Okay, let's go back to that IPO, guys. So we just hit 480, 486 for this IPO. Excuse me, sir. You did, Dan? Ooh, beautiful. Congratulations. Congratulations. Look at that drop on YMAT here. Retesting 450. See again, the time to get into these positions, right, is closer to that. If you're gonna gamble on an IPO, I'm cooked, chat. I'm cooked. That's pretty funny. Yeah, the only thing that's gonna save SPY now is the Fed. You know, I'm cooked, chat. Ice. Why are you holding some calls on SPY? Yeah, you shouldn't be. Not today. Not on a Fed day. Yeah, that was a nice little pop though. If you scalp the IPO, right? Some of you guys were getting in at 410, 420, right? So nice little pop to 480, and it's still sitting at 450. So everybody should be green on this position. Everybody. Update. Sometimes I can't spell when I'm typing and doing multiple things at the same time. Hmm. Okay. We're taking any positions right now. Um, Not sure if it is. Not sure if it is. REPL is still playing with 7, so we've been stuck here all day. But the good thing is that it's not dying, and so this name still looks good to me. REPL. Yeah, you just need that. You just need that breakout and boom ski. You know, break 720, gone. Went $8. Sick money. There. Well, speaking of which, that thing said, "You don't have to tell me twice. Don't have to tell me twice. Don't have to tell me twice. I'm gone." You're out 769. Well done. Well done. Congratulations. Yeah, it's not quite there yet, but it's getting close. So, is that where your limit order is at? That's what you're waiting for? Here comes 740, 745. Cooking 750. Yeah, 100%. Okay, let's see. Sounds good. And it looks like there's some selling pressure going on there at 750. A little bit of selling pressure there. 747. Yeah, you can kind of see the selling pressure there. 749. And here comes 750. 92. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of selling pressure at 750 there, so just be careful. It was ice. It was. It was. Yeah, this became a really nice swing play, huh? Really nice swing play. Here comes that 750 test again. Hmm. Yeah. You did, Dan? Spy calls? Like 0 DTE, like YOLO? Or long term? Come on, you can do it. You can break 750. Do it for sick monies. 46, 47, 49, going once, gone. Gone. So close. 6 cents. So close. Just a small position, 636. Okay. So just more of a gamble than anything else, Dan. Come on. I mean, also, Sig Buddy, if you have to close out some of the position because you're close, you don't necessarily need, like 100%, right? Probably still gonna get it, but yeah, don't let that thing crash on you because you're waiting for like an extra 6 cents, Guessing it's done. It's still at 450, right? It's only done if it breaks below $4 blue wing, right? If we break below, then yeah, okay. If you have a question, let me know, James, and I'll take a look. I haven't looked at it since the last dip. Since the last dip ski. Yeah, let's see if Spike can actually bounce in and around this range, Dan. It's still looking a little bit sus. We need a fat green candle is what you need. So those things can print. How much time does this candle have? 4 minutes. So that's a brand new candle. So that candle is going to be very telling. It's currently giving you a higher low, so that's good. Kind of still looks sus to me though. Anyways, there goes 760. Let's go. $7.60. Beautiful. If you're still in REPL, type yes in the chat. If you're still in REPL, type yes in the chat. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. 773 at the top. Patricia, yes. Love it. Tender? Yeah. Yeah, Dirt. Are you in a position still? And Sick Money is thrusting on the floor, celebrating. Well done, congrats. Congratulations. Okay. Yep. You got the 769. Yeah, well done. Well done. You got out $2 ago? Good. Yeah, honestly, this is why it's so important to if something isn't working, cut your loss because it can always get worse. Like imagine not selling this thing $2 ago, right? Look at it. So, yep. Stop losses, please. And that IPO still just kind of stuck around 450 here. 680 to 744, Marco. Well done. Congratulations. What happened? It just sold up because IXHL, because the news was out and done, right? So buy the hype, sell the news. Buy the hype, sell the news. Yeah. So that's just it. There's not a whole lot else. I mean, we got pretty dang close to that $8 cash position, right? So these guys are also supposed to meet with the FDA. Right? These guys are supposed to meet with the FDA to see what the next steps are, but that cash position was a nice sign, you know, was a pretty nice sign. Hmm. And did SPY just get a nice little pop there? A little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit, Dan. Just a little bit. Please smash a like, otherwise Blaze cries when the stream ends. They don't like me. Yes, please. Let's go, Dan. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, don't forget to smash a like, guys. I would really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, take a second, smash a like. It really helps and it's free. And yeah. So no crying, please. GS, maybe after the Fed meeting, maybe. You can blame Dan. Dan crashed the markets and then bought calls, you know? Who does that? Someone that knows, you know? Someone that knows. David? Do better, please. Jask? Jas? Yeah, yes. It was blaming me. Yeah? Who benefited from the markets crashing and then going back up? Who? Who? Exactly. That's, you know, when you watch those movies, they always investigate the person that benefited from it, you know? Anyways. Yeah. Yeah, BGLC has been POS today. POS. Right. So that's why when people are releasing videos pumping a stock, you want to be very careful. Especially like it's one thing to release a video like at the end of the day, you know, after hours, the market makers are sleeping, enjoying. When you release videos at the open like that, the market makers are like, thank you very much. Right? Thank you very much. We like you. Slap him. You know, so you want to be very careful. You want to be very, very careful with that stuff. Hmm. Spy losing the gains again, Spy? What are you doing? What are you doing, Spy? Spy isn't sure what he wants to do then. Not sure what he wants to do. No, REPL has been a nice stock. A very nice stock. A very nice stock. Hmm. T-Rexing? Yeah. Retesting the 9 for now. So let's see if we stay above. See if we can stay above. Would you consider an entry long on Tygo 160 level? Let me take a look. TYGO. No, I would not. The reason why I would not is because you missed the bottom and the other breakout. Like you missed the bottom and then you missed the breakout like right there, right? So this would have been easier because it's a breakout, or you know, now you're breaking above the 200 and pushing all the way up there. So I think it would be healthier to retest the 200 maybe, or retest this last breakout level. Alrighty, that's kind of what I'd be looking for there. Alrighty. Yeah, it does look good, but for you're kind of buying at the highs right after a big run. So that's never an amazing feeling. Never an amazing thing to be doing. Interesting. Almost went long at the open. Should have gambled. The FOMC 2 p.m. Yeah, so 2 p.m. the minutes come out, and then Powell is live 30 minutes after that as usual. 30 minutes as usual. Usual criminal behavior, yeah. Yep. The T-Rex mentioned by Blue Wing. Yeah, there's your T-Rex. So basically just retesting that breakout there, right? Which is healthy. So the question is, will it actually hold? If not, then straight to the abyss. Straight to the abyss. Nice. All over the place, yeah. You have 195s for September. Yeah. You need the boom skis. Need the boom skis, Dan. Maybe after today. Maybe, hopefully. I think it's more of a hope than anything else, Hope than anything else. Now, what's SPY doing again? SPY's back to the bottom. Yeah, not surprised. Really not surprised. What's the low of the day? 35, 635. So if we break below that bottom, then SPY is gonna feel the the violence. Yeah. So and then a TYGO with a bit of a dip, a little bit of a dip. The closer we get to that Fed meeting, the slower the markets get. It feels. The closer we get to the Fed meeting, the slower the markets are. 195. Because you're out. I mean, that's okay. You sold at a really good spot, right? And it came back to retest. So $7 was a magnet earlier. It had to come back and retest that level. Good job on taking gains, by the way. And then Sick Monkey, come join us in Discord. Well done. Crook County. What's your position for D Wave? D Wave or V Wave? D Wave, just looking. Monkey, you're just looking. Okay. D Wave. QBTS, so the quantum name. You're just looking. You're not in a position. Winterfell's been spamming these names lately, which is nice because they've had some really good runs. You can see the daily chart there, right? For the last 2 months or so, you have that resistance at $20. So there's a lot of resistance. Every time you get close to $20, it seems to want to hit it and fail, right? So let me look at a smaller time frame because you can actually get levels. If I was interested in this thing, I almost would want it to drop all the way to that 200 EMA close to $16. But you might not actually get there. So for now, your next support is this level here, right? So you had this double top, which turned into a little bit of support right there, and it's kind of trying to hold a little bit higher this time. So I'd be looking for $17.50 to $17, right? If it really wants to drop, then we could drop to the 200 EMA. Now I'm closer to 16. Alrighty. If we really wanted to drop. Yeah, Winterfell has been watching these names closely. Yeah. You're not in a position, right? You said you're just looking, yeah. The news and there you go. About the times a day that a stock may reach its highest point, not necessarily, Jay, because that's almost predicting, what would happen, and you don't really want to do that, yeah, you really don't want to be doing stuff like that. It blinds you in a way. It blinds you. Hmm. That's an interesting block. Yeah, I think it's just because we have the Fed meeting coming up. Yeah, usually causes a lot of slowness. A lot of slowness in the markets. A lot of slowness. I'm trying. No, this one's been good though today, Blue Wing. It's been good. We've had a few good, scalpy names. What's Spy doing here? Trying to bounce again? Trying to. Can we get one of those big fat green candles, Dan? When was the last time we had a green candle on Spy? Damn, that was a while ago. That was a while ago. Since Dan killed it, that's when. That was the last time we had a green candle. This candle has 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Unbelievable. Are you holding puts too, Jameson? My goodness. Unbelievable. Yeah, just little scalpies. Just little scalpies. Why manage is not doing very much, is it? Yeah, that $7 is still a magnet on this one. Just a magnet. If I was going to kill, I would have bought outputs. Stop harassing me. No, you shorted it with NQ instead, and then slapped it. So yes, you killed it. Nice little bounce from 7 here for REPL. So this one's been the stock today, hasn't it? This has been the gem of the day. Gem of the day. There we go. Chris, good morning. No, so if you want to join us in Discord Sick Money, you have to be a member on YouTube first, and then you can join us. Dan, let me take a look. Futures. Okay. Futures. Damn, Dan. Oh my goodness. You could have stayed longer, but damn. From the very top, Dan. From the very top. That was beautiful. How many contracts did you have on that thing? Oh, you had 4 contracts. 4 contracts? Oh my days. Sheesh. Cooked. I like it a lot. Well done, Dan. Well done. For now, your next support, which is not the most reliable level, is $7, right? And then your resistance will be 740. And then the actual high at 775. You're in the red, holding 325 average for now. XXII. Let's take a look. So whoever was asking for TYGO, right? We said don't buy that thing at the top. Well, this is why, right? Don't be chasing stocks on the way up. XXII. You're holding a bag 325, so not horrible. I bet you this chart doesn't look horrible. I'm just waiting for it. Yeah, so it doesn't look horrible, right? You're not that far away from the bottom. You're not that far away from the bottom. This thing has been holding this level for the last week now. Yeah, there's really nothing I can say other than just put a stop loss below this level. Yeah, it's not bad. The only problem is, when's the volume going to come in? Like, does it need a catalyst? That was a nasty drop, right? And then they did a split. It pumped and then dropped after the split, right? And then now you're just kind of holding the bottom here. It's been here all week and last week. Yeah. No, that's pretty sweet, Dan. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Yeah. Spy with one green candle at least. So coming up the bottom. Jameson, those are your positions? Okay. Dang, you have both calls and puts. Okay. You're basically okay with any direction we go in. Ah. I mean, today's the day to do that, though. With the Fed meeting, we're going to go both ways. It's really elevated your trading. Yeah, I liked using it, the Vinay thing. Yeah, it's always difficult, though, Dan, like to trade futures and really pay attention when, I'm looking at everything else. So then, yeah. How about a flat line? Yep, that's an option too. Yep. We've seen that a few times, Winterfell, right? You expect chaos and then the Fed gives us nothing. It's like, nope, just kill the options. Yeah. IXHL is still just chilling in the 90s here. So it's not a whole lot to see. Not a whole lot to see. Yeah, that was a nice little rebound from the bottom. A nice little rebound from the bottom for SPY. Now maybe we go back up and test that 50 and the 200. We shall see. You don't like it too much? Yeah. A few people were getting into football last night in Discord. So again, if you want to join us in Discord, guys, click the link at the bottom of the chat from Nightbot. Alrighty. Sign up for the level that says Legend. Once you do, then you get the link to join us in Discord. Alrighty. So link at the bottom, Legend, and 11:45. So I'm gonna hop off in about an hour and go do a one-on-one, and then we're gonna come back on stream an hour after that for the Fed meeting. Alrighty. So today's chaos day. Chaos day. Chaos day. SOS slap to the abyss. Yeah, those guys did an offering. Here we go. Good morning, weirdo. Good morning, weirdo. Back to you. What did I do? Raven, have a great day as well. I'm sure you're going to be back for the Fed meeting. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. If not, enjoy the day. See you later. How are you, Jax? What are you doing? Let me go back to XBP. What are we doing here? Yeah, a bit of a rebound. Chris, are you in this one? And there's SPY. So a nice little bounce off the bottom for SPY. It just had to drop all the way down there, huh? Yeah. Again, who did that? Dan. See what Dan's doing to the market, Jax? Red candles. It's all him. No, yeah. No, we're just looking at SPY and waiting for the Fed meeting while the rest of the market's slow. Good job to Dan. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. See how threatened this is by me. He's blaming me for everything. Yeah, good, good. Yeah, like the chart isn't bad at all. Um, you just need that volume to come in. The one, just need the volume. Do, 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 do. There goes spy push. Push more, spy. Push more. Did you make monies today, Jax? Is this a short? No, I think it might have a bit more room. It might have a bit more room to like this area here, between the 50 and the 200. Unbelievable. 12%, Dan. Well done. Nice. Yeah, that was a nice dip for those calls. But then again, maybe not, Jax. Maybe it might not get there. You might not get there. $1,200 today. Sheesh. Futures criminals. Futures criminals. I like it. Well done. You feel like it's a short? Yeah, probably. This is the third candle that's stalling here now, so probably. I just feel like there's a bit more room to the upside though. Done? What do you mean? What's done? No, I said well done. Well done. Like well done as in good jobs. Oh, long. Oh. See what happens when you don't type stuff properly? Those levels are pretty much spot on. The high and low on SPY with the fib. Interesting. Okay. Very interesting. When is the Fed meeting? 2 p.m. Eastern time is when the minutes come out, right? The initial statement and the market reacts, and then 2:30 is when Powell is going to be on yapping. So we're gonna come back right before 2 p.m. You know, like 5 minutes before the minutes come out, and then we're gonna be on when Powell is yapping. Alrighty. So we're gonna hop off in about like just less than an hour, and then we'll come back an hour later before 2 p.m. and then go to the end of the day. Alrighty. Hmm. Yeah. Dan loves the Vinay fair value gaps. Yeah. Loves them. So yeah, that was a long jacks, right? So like I said, there's a bit more room to the upside. Yeah, Ron, you never messaged me, right? You never emailed me or messaged me. So like I said, if you win a giveaway, just send me a DM with your Discord username so I can do it that way. Yeah. Oh, could I hit my goal on the long? Maybe, yeah. maybe. Maybe. Pump it, Jax. I would honestly be shocked if nobody in this chat had hydro clean power. Yeah, it's an OTC stock, Kim. We don't really pay attention to those ones too much here. Salat, yeah, you're not wrong. Lesson learned. Double check the account you want to trade. Did you email me twice? I see your email now. Yeah, but you didn't email me yesterday, though, right? You emailed me today. Once today, right? Also, that email doesn't. Is that your Discord name? Is that the same name that's in Discord, Ron Cannon? Yeah. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. For some reason, I can't find you. Okay, I think I find. I think I see you. You should be good to go now, Ron. Your account should be good to go now. There goes the boomskis, Jacks. Woof. So we're definitely pumping to that 200 EMA. Right. So not surprised. That would have been a sweet long, actually. Would have been a sweet long. Look at Jacks coming in with the vibes. Dan. Okay. Not perfect, but that was actually quite nice, Dan. Yeah. Yeah. I see what you're looking at. Yeah, with the fibs. Hmm. That is actually quite nice. I like it a lot. There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome, Ron. You're in at 184. Okay. SMX 184. So you're slightly green in that position. Resistance at $2 here. $2 resistance, Ashraf. It needs a bit more volume, right? You can see like the candles look so weird because it doesn't have a whole bunch of volume. Uh, mm, 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 mm. Here we go. Here we go. You're welcome. Sometimes you are right. Yeah. There you go. Are you holding calls, DS still? Oh yeah, you're still holding those calls, right? I think. Yeah. Just be careful with that position going into the Fed meeting, please. Just in case. Just in case. We'll see what happens. Alrighty, and then go from there. There we go. And the SMX failed at that $2 resistance, right? So not a whole, not a surprise there. And SPY's flying there. So that thing definitely had room to that 200 EMA. 200 EMA test. 2 p.m. Eastern. Blue wing. The question is, will we keep going here? Will we keep going? Or do we go back and retest the bottom? That was a really nice long off the bottom there, Dan. Yeah. Selling half. Yeah, that was a really nice play off the bottom. There we go. It does. Kim, so are you only playing with these OTC names or all positions? So this is the real test of resistance here for SPY. Do, 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 do. Here we go. Yeah, NQ is cooking there, Dan. Cooking. Yeah. When do your calls expire, Dia? 6:40 for today or for end of the week? When do they expire? All? Okay, good. Yeah, no, we rarely look at OTC stocks on here unless we really like them. There are times that we do look. The first OTC stock that we really paid attention to was BMNR. Obviously, that's done really well. So, really, really, really well. You made a quick call, Prophet Manny. Good job. Well done. Well done. Dang, I wasn't expecting SPY to pop all the way up beyond that 200. That thing is still cooking beyond. So maybe we go back and retest the top again. Unbelievable, huh? BGLC is at least it's still above $6, but not a whole lot of price action on this one, right? And then REPL back to that $7 magnet. So as long as this thing stays above that 200 EMA, it should be okay. If it breaks below, then maybe we're done with it. Maybe we are done with it. Alrighty. Are you in a position for open, Martin? Or are you just kind of watching it for now? Jax, are you late for work again? You are? Okay. Sounds good. You're done for the day though, right? Yeah, no, I think that's a really good day to be done. You're in at $2, Martin. Okay. Let me take a look. Open Door Technologies. Yeah, $2. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, it looks like 225, 230 is your next little supply zone for that position, Martin. Nice push though. Yeah, $2 was perfect. 200 EMA VWAP demand zone pivot, and then supply zone. So that was quite good. Just make sure you don't diamond hand though. Make sure you don't diamond hand on that position there. Yeah, some eval YOLOs, Jax. Eval YOLOs. Eval YOLOs. Apex is having a 90% a 90% sale as well, so that's probably a good thing. I bet you they did that on purpose, right? Bolonox is also 90%. Interesting. I wonder if they did that together, like a coordinated effort there. A coordinated effort. There you go. Okay, 91%. Yeah, they're looking for August sales. August sales. Yeah, I wonder how well this market cycle chart will play out this year. I wonder if Powell doesn't sound positive today. This might be the catalyst. That might be the catalyst to end the rally. 96.5 Winterfell, not bad. What's SPY at? Yeah, so we're failing on that downtrend for SPY now. $1. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure. Mm, uh, Peter's sleeping. Mm, yeah, I like the way that REPL keeps bouncing off the 200 EMA here. Don't mind that at all. Don't mind that at all. 4 out of 10 $1 compliance days. Oh yeah, like honestly, Winterfell, if they fail to do that, then that's pretty disappointing for them, you know. Yeah, pretty disappointing. They might as well from 20 cents, right? They might as well take advantage of that and push that thing above $1, even if it means they need to use the company funds, whatever they need to do, get compliance. I mean, or they could just do a stupid offering and kill the stock, right? And do a split. Depends what type of management team they have and if they care. You know, sometimes they really don't. Mm-mm-mm. 510. Where's 510? Oh, 510. I see. Yeah, not at the top anymore though. Here we go. 729. Nice boom skis. Anybody still holding REPL? Yeah, today's definitely been a scalp day, and as it should have been, right? Take your money, any little gains, lock the monies, and move on. Today's Fed day. All about the Fed. All about the Fed. There you go. And now what's SPY doing here? SPY looks like it's on the verge of either breaking out or getting slapped. That's the third 5-minute candle that's sitting at that same spot there. Maybe we break out and retest the top of the range again here. Is Bitcoin green today? Oh yeah, slightly green. BTC, slightly green. Hopefully they don't screw the markets today, Mr. Powell. Mr. Powell. Resistance for what, Rita? I'm looking at so many names, right? So when you say resistance, I really usually don't know. If you're asking for resistance on REPL, 735, 730, 735. Alrighty, so look at your last level on the left, right? Right there, that's your next resistance. If I could draw a straight line, you know, the kind of where this candle just hit. So that's your resistance. And then support really hasn't changed, right? Closer to the bottom there. Closer to the bottom. Break, 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 and thrust, thrust, thrust. Break and thrust. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, what time is it? Yeah, let's give it another 20 minutes, guys, or so. And then we can hop off and go back to Discord, and then we're gonna come back right before 2 p.m. Alrighty, right before 2 p.m. So another 20 minutes, and then we're gonna hop off and go back to Discord for like an hour or so, and then come back on stream. Deal? Deal. For the Fed meeting, and listen to the guy yap. What do you guys think? We cut rates? Again, that's a simple question because the answer is no. The right question is, do you guys think we cut rates this year at all? Yes or no? Because that's what the market's waiting for, right? If we get an answer like a yes, 2 rate cuts this year from Powell, blah, 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 then the markets are going to be like that, right? If not, then I think we get a bit of a retracement. Yeah, it's almost interesting how the markets move like that, right? How we've kind of how just how the markets are. Um, but anyways, we'll talk about that later. You think so? So yes, yes, yes. Until the fall? No, for sure. Not expecting a rate cut today. No, but you want a yes? Yeah. Na, 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 na. There we go. Just your account ice. 2 rate cuts? Yeah, you think so? Okay. The last Fed meeting, the answer was yes, 2 rate cuts this year, right? But I think so much more has happened with tariffs and whatnot. And a lot of the people from the Fed that voted yes last time are voting no this time, right? Or over the last few weeks, they've been saying, oh, no rate cuts, right? So it'll be interesting to see which direction they go in this time. Dave, yeah. Correct. Let's see. All right. You stack more puts. Just be careful though, Jameson, right? Because as much as you're stacking puts, that's a complete gamble, right? It's a gamble, so you don't want to stack too much on a gamble. Like it's a gamble, 1,000,000% a gamble, right? Because we don't know what they're gonna say. We really don't know what Powell is gonna say and how the market's gonna take it. And so just make sure you're not betting your whole account on. You have more calls too. Okay, sounds good. As long as you're ready for both ways. And then you're gonna have to watch it really closely, right? Really, really closely. Yeah, SPY is looking like it wants to push, push, push. Push, push, push. 680-ish. There we go. Not direction. Yeah, Jameson. That's usually the way to to go into the Fed meeting. Bet on chaos. Cash only right now. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Does not matter what Fed says. The will cause a rally. Maybe. Yesterday you had nothing, Manny. Yeah. Some days are like that, though. You know. Some days are like that. Yeah, and it's a good thing though. Like when you don't see anything you like, you might as well just sit on your hands and wait, right? And then some days, 21 minutes, you've made your daily goal. Like it's just like that. So well done. Winterfell? Okay. Yep. I don't mind that $14 area for bull. If it wants to dip though, just give us $12 and move on, you know, so we can pick up new calls. At some point, bull is gonna give us a sweet run. Question is when. Here comes Spy with a nice little push. That was a good bottom. So again, the golden candles are supposed to represent reversals, right? So that golden candle at the bottom was perfect, right? Golden candle bottom, and then now we're getting a golden candle at the top here. So I wonder if this is if it's ready for the dip now. Ready for the dip. Maybe it's just gonna fly by it. $36.30 Spy. Push, push, push. Dang, that was a nice long. You sold half of your position, right, Dan? Half. Let's see. There we go. Music is a little bit loud there. 50% on the rest of the calls. I'm out. Let's go, Dan. Well done. That was a really good scalp. So now we tested the top again. What happens now? Do we go back to the bottoms again? I don't mind the volatility. Don't mind the volatility. Yeah, maybe one more dip and then pump when Powell comes on. That would be perfect. That would be perfect. Would be perfect. There we go. Let's do this again. There's Raven. Unbelievable. To cover the fact that he's been working for you think so, Ice? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the markets would love that. I don't know if he's gonna do that though. Should you exit 158 position, Patrick? Let me take a look. SGD. So you're in at 158 then? Should you exit that position? I mean, you are approaching a double top at 170. So if you wanted to sell that scalp, there's nothing wrong with it. Alrighty? Like there's really nothing wrong with you selling at a potential double top in a supply zone at 170. So, or you can give it another candle and see if that candle is still failing. Like if you're seeing weakness here and it's not breaking above, if we can break above 170, then $2 next, right? That VWAP there next. But again, we're at resistance. So if you notice that we're really struggling, then you might as well just get rid of the position, right? If the intention was to scalp it, then there's nothing wrong with that. So maybe just give it a second and see if it shows you weakness. But if you're happy with the gains, take the gains. Interesting. My motto is everything is a scam. It is until you make monies on it, right? It's only a scam if the price action isn't moving in the direction that you need it to. You know? I wonder if we're gonna get a breakout this time on SPY here. It's looking a little bit like we want some violence, huh? REPL is doing a really good job, right? Really good job here. I'm just holding the bottom of that range over and over again. So let's see if REPL can break out this time. XBP, nice little pop. Aspire. There we go. Just looking at some of these. Deposit. Here we go. 3710. Let me take a look. 3710. What for SPY? Oh, I see. I was looking at NQ. I'm like, what are you looking at? No, I think it's closer to like 3680, 36 yeah, 3690. Yeah. V wave. I'll take a look. There we go. Here we go. Yeah, you're looking for that double top dip, huh? 3675. Yeah, it was like 5 cents away, Raven. 5 pennies away. 5 pennies away. Um, but always no 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 no. There we go. Perfect. Let me pull out some of these names you guys are asking about. Who was asking about this one again? Um, can't quite remember now. It was Patrick, right? Patrick, should you exit? Did you exit your position? I kind of hope. I kind of wish. I kind of hope you did, right? So again, the double top, it's struggling a little bit, right, and then drop. Nothing too crazy, but sometimes when you're looking for scalps, that's what you're looking for. Virus. Virus sent me some amazing extra olive virgin oil. It's amazing. Um, yeah, amazing. By the way, Virus, post that website in the chat. Yeah. So yeah, Virus has family that's like, because I talk about like, you know, that stuff all of the time on stream. Anyway, so Virus sent me some, and it's fire. Like right from the source. Yeah, you did get out, Patrick. Good job. Because now you'd almost be back to break even, right? Sometimes when you see resistance, you just have to walk away. Virus. How are you, Virus? How's your day? We keep going up and failing here for REPL. Up, down, up, down, up, down. So not quite sure. What are these levels and how they achieved? Okay. There we go. So back to retesting the bottom again, and SPY is struggling a little bit. Struggling a little bit there. That was a good double top. So I bet you Dan shorted that top there for NQ. Why? Because he's a criminal. That's the only explanation. He's a criminal. criminal. So a few more minutes, guys, and then we're gonna hop off. Alrighty. So I can do some one-on-ones, and then we'll come back. What do you do in one-on-ones? We talk about everything, right? Strategy, entry, exits, psychology, charts. Just the whole idea behind one-on-ones is to get you ready, right? Um, so you can understand like what you're looking for. Because a lot of you have questions like, "Oh, I'm looking at this stock. How do I know when to buy?" Right? Pretty simple, right? So a lot of it is just understand like building a foundation and then going from there, but from a really good base, right? Understanding charts, especially the entries and exits. Like, how do I know when to buy stock? How do I know when to sell, right? Regardless of what stock you're looking at. So a lot of one-on-ones are like that. Looking at your trades, kind of analyzing the trades and seeing what you're struggling with, right? Um, yeah, all of that silly stuff. Not silly, but yeah, WAI is looking good there. He'll hang up on you. All of that stuff will make you an excellent trader. Exactly, Yogi. Exactly. 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 So a lot of you guys with the questions, right? Like, oh, what do I do at the demand zone, right? How do I know when to get in on the demand zone? Like, you guys talk about the 200 EMA all the time. Like, do I just buy the 200 EMA? Some of the simple stuff like that we talk about on stream, but I don't really go into detail. We usually look at that in more detail when we do a one-on-one. Oh, Yogi, they have no idea. No idea. No idea. No idea. That's a plan that's come together with like, looking at like analyzing and back testing and like, yep. So when you guys say plan A, plan B, right? They really are worth thousands. And you guys have no idea. Right? So plan A and plan B alone. Worth more than a lifetime membership. That information will never leave you, right? That's the thing. Like you have that information for life, and I can look at this stock and I'm like, oh, easy, duh, right? Like look at this, right? Yogi, you can look at this and you can say, oh, plan A, plan B, all over the place, easy entries, easy money on this thing, right? Easy. So, but sometimes people will ask questions and lose the monies in the market because they don't want to invest in themselves, right? So sometimes upgrading to gold for a month and educating yourself and kind of understanding what's going on, and then going back to your previous membership level, it will be a saving grace, you know and you have no idea. No idea. Plan A, get a ladder. Plan B, get a taller ladder. Dan, you're lucky you have a crown. You're lucky you have a crown. Unbelievable. I don't know how Dan comes up with this stuff so quickly, Yogi. Tomorrow is your last day of being the king, Dan. Last day, and then I'll send you over some merch. Yeah. Thank you very much for the super chat, Dan. Much love. Thank you. Uh, yeah, no, WWI has been doing really well. Nice little pop there from the bottom. 35 cents to 45 cents. Nothing crazy, but nice little pop. Yeah. So if you want to upgrade to Legend, upgrade to Gold, or become a brand new member, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot, guys. Um, and sign up for Legend or sign up for Goat. Alrighty. So yeah. We say invest in yourself for a reason, you know. Let me know if you have any last questions, guys, and then we're gonna hop off and then come back, and we're gonna come back at around like 1:45, 1:50. So like a few minutes before the Fed statement comes out. Alrighty. And then we're gonna stay till the end of the day. So smash a like if you haven't already, please and thank you. Pretty please and thank you. Smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new, and then the link to join us in Discord is at the bottom there. So yeah, be safe for the rest of the day, please. Ready for the last one. I've been mostly. Uh, let me send you a video here. So if you're trying to upgrade, because someone was trying to upgrade and it wouldn't let them, I'll send you a video in the chat. Alrighty. So if you're trying to upgrade your membership to Goat or whatever, watch that video at the bottom there, that YouTube video. It's gonna help you walk you through on how to upgrade. When you're leaving, that's when it's gonna, of course, right? This is the example we just used as easy monies, right? This is easy monies. Just ask Yogi where plan A is at, right? And Yogi is gonna tell you, right? Easy monies on REPL here. So if you're wondering like, hey, when do I buy this? Well, it was right there, honestly. I'm not even kidding. Right? It was right there. So if you're not a Gold member yet, you're missing out on some pretty easy, obvious things. Pretty easy. So you're losing monies or not making monies for no reason. So you should be making monies. This one's been easy monies. Plan A, especially on this one. So if you're a Gold member, you should be able to see it. Easy monies. Beautiful. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding REPL. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding this one. Beautiful. Beautiful. So that $8 we kept talking about, like, hey, they have enough cash in the bank to be worth $8, right? They have enough cash to be worth $8. It's at $3 right now, but they have enough cash to be worth $8. Well, guess what? We finally made it to $8, right? Finally made it to $8, which is pretty cool. So it's nice when something works out as it's supposed to, you know? Make sure you pay yourself on the way up though. Scale back. Back around no, so around 1:45, 1:50 Eastern time, Dan. I have a 1-on-1 which is probably gonna go from 12:45 to 1:45 ish, and then I'll hop back on stream. I'm gonna create the stream as soon as I get off though. So then yeah. I'm gonna create the stream, so I'll send you an alert for when I'm coming back. So I'll create the stream in like the next 5 minutes, and then we shall come back. But we're definitely gonna be here a few minutes before the actual statement comes out, so we can see Spy go crazy. We can see Spy dance. But I'm definitely done with futures for today, unless I wanna get like a I'm not trading that PA when with the Fed. Otherwise, it's just gonna be unnecessary, you know. So I'm gonna sign out of that before I cause chaos. Yeah, you have over an hour to nap, Dan. Do we have new? Uh, yeah, I'll respond to that question in Discord. More nap time? Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Boom skis. $8.05. Love it. Love it, everybody. Love it. Love it. There we go. No. So 820. There we go. Alrighty, all. Again, much love. See you guys soon. Bye for now. Bye, guys. We'll be back. So make sure you come back. Bye.